Welcome back, ladies and gents. It has it's it's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while, huh? Currently on week 9 of the draft league. This is week 2. Yeah, my bad. Gonna be honest, I didn't really feel like recording for those almost 2 months now. So yeah, but better late than never, right? Better late than, at this point. Actually, might be worse than never. But you know what? It's fine. We're just gonna do it anyways. And yeah. So, oh yeah, I forgot to say this is gonna be week 2 replays for the UPDL season 4, aka the best season, as we all know. Because actually, I don't know why I said that. It's the worst season. I'm gonna be honest. Like everyone. You know, they're playing sucks. Especially this one guy named Specs. He's such a fucking loser. And, yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm being too mean. Everyone else is fine. The guy named Specs still sucks, though. But yeah, seriously, overall, though, everyone's been playing very well, honestly. And the newcomers this season have been very strong. So, yeah. Just want to take my time to say appreciate you guys for bring up the level of play and such. So, yeah. Anyways, I need to, actually start recording all these. I'm going to record, 3 of these weeks in, 1 session, and then we're just going to ship them all out. I just hit my mic, I'm sorry. And just ship them all out. It's going to be no problem. Hopefully not. I'm giving up streaming just to do it. So, yeah, you know. Anyways, let's actually get started with the Skeb Glaceons against the Dubious Digitals. My week 9 and 8 opponents respectively. But anyways, yeah. These two players, now with the context of the entire season behind me, I can confidently say that I would put these two in the definitely top 5 of the league, right? I would say top 3. You could definitely argue top 3. But yeah, I think these two players are very, very solid. And they have good fundamentals. Seem to know what they're doing. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys. You guys are doing pretty good. Anyways. I'm going to stop delaying. Let's just get started. I'm not going to be BKC and get into a 30-minute tangent here. Yeah, so we're seeing the lead off with the Glaceon against the Masquerade. Masquerade is definitely just going to take its time, set of webs here. Don't care about the Glaceon. I'm assuming it's Sash Masquerade. So, yeah. LG does have removal in terms of Torkoal, and Dubious Digitals can't do much about it since there's no Ghost type. Excuse me. So, yeah, I think LG can definitely get rid of the webs overall. Yeah, so I guess we're just gonna... Yeah. I think webs go up. I'm assuming, yeah, Glaceon does go for the freeze dry in the off chance that the Slowking does swap in, but no dice. And then Masquerade is just gonna go for the U-turn here. Although, frankly, well, you do got the Arcanine to swap in, so I guess that makes sense. Double Intimidate, by the way. Anyways, Freeze Dry does do a lot, but, obviously Arcanine is not going to be taking too much from it in general. We do see 32%, so this probably is Specs Glaceon, if I had to guess. Yeah. Anyways, Torkoal's going to come in here just to spin away the rocks, since Arcanine doesn't have Toxic, because, limited decks. Yeah, Arcanine is not going to be able to stop that. So, Dubious Digitals is going to go out into the Slowking in order to presumably set up something. Probably Snow with Chilly Reception, or just set up a Future Sight. We will see. We're going to see Torkoal just set up the rocks, though. That definitely indicates that Torkoal has some sort of Spidef. Well, not necessarily. I mean, Slowking Surf is probably not going to be doing much to Torkoal anyways with the setup. But, yeah, anyways. Slowking is going to set up a Rain Dance instead of Chilly Reception. Fair enough, I guess. He does have that water type on there, so I guess he can boost those moves. By water type, I mean not Slowking, I meant Tatsugiri. Because Slowking is probably not going to be using the Rain itself for any sort of offensive purpose. But yeah, Torkoal definitely got a swap. Oh, wow, no swap. I'm kind of surprised about that. I guess LG kind of figured that Frog wouldn't have his Slowking have Surf here. I don't know. That was a little presumptuous though, I guess. I definitely would have swapped here. just to be safe at least. Although, I mean, I think it's a decently fair enough call out, but, you know. Anyways, Future Chat is going to be set up. Iron Juggler is just going to come out as the Tatsugiri comes in here. So, yeah. Tatsugiri is slower than the Jugulis, unless we see a Scarf from it. So, yeah, Dark Pulse is going to come out, and it's not going to do much at all to the Tatsugiri. And then the Tatsugiri is going to go for a spin of its own to get rid of the rocks. Future Sight obviously not going to affect the Iron Jugulis because it is a Dark type. The 33% kind of... I don't know, is Tatsugiri just naturally that bulky? Or is this like Jugulis just like Scarf or something? I don't know. This calc doesn't make sense. This might be AV Scarf. This might be AV Tatsugiri though. Anyways, yeah, Surf is going to come out and do a lot of damage thanks to the rain. Dark Pulse is going to come out, not going to do much in return. And then Tatsugiri is going to knock out the Jugulis with the follow-up Surf. Okay, so Slytherin is going to come out here to Revenge Kill. Most likely just going to go for that first impression because it isn't faster. Most likely. Yeah, first impression. Arcanine is going to take that very, very well, though. So, yeah, no worries there. Torkoal is going to come back in, as the Arcanine is just going to go for another Flare Blitz, trying to take out the Slitherwing. But yeah, I guess wearing that to Torkoal like this is a decently solid idea. Yeah, if you have Morning Sun, you could definitely help. It could definitely help as well, just to keep yourself alive with the sun. Yeah. Alright, Stealth Rock's going to be set up again. We're going to see the Slow King set up a raid again. And Glaceon is just going to go for the Freeze Dry. Not going to quite knock out the Slow King. Okay, so maybe this Glaceon isn't Specs. I guess that might be like it might be an offensive Arcanine, considering the damage it was dealing to Torkoal. And then it was just, yeah, Arcanine was just taking damage. Yeah, that's probably the best answer. And then this might be like Scarf or something. Anyways. So the Slow King did have Surf actually, so yeah, that's staying with Torkoal was quite a leap, to say the least. But yeah, okay. Anyways, so Surf is gonna do a decent amount of damage to Glaceon because Glaceon doesn't have good Speed F and also Rain. But Slow King does have to swap out here or just get sacked in general. Arcanine is not gonna want to switch in here either since it doesn't have boots, so that Freeze Dry is gonna hurt. So yeah, I think we might see a sack here. Probably the Masquerade at this point. We don't. We do see Arcanine come in. Interesting. Okay. If it is offensive Arcanine, then it might not have Morning Sun, which is pretty bad. I don't know why it's leftovers to begin with, though, if it's offensive. But I still would have probably run Boots on Arcanine. But yeah, anyways, we see another Yawn. Torkoal with Yawn is pretty good. Just being able to force out those switches is really nice. Tatsugiri is going to come in here as the Slowbro comes out. Well, this is Tatsugiri's last chance to spin, and it's not going to be able to get it because Slitherwing will be able to just go for the first impression, and looks like Frog is just going to let the Tatsugiri die. So we're actually going to be staying up on Frog's side for the rest of the game, which is going to be really hinder that Arcanine. Yeah. Anyway, so Real Edge is going to come in here on the E-Speed. Kind of surprised that happened. I'm thinking Cirilla just came in just because it probably has Flash Fire, and then, you know, just trying to eat the Flare Blitz. But, yeah, E-Speed just came out instead. Anyways, the Crunch is going to come out here. As we do, yeah, it's weak. It's not weak armor, it's Real Edge. So we're going to see the bulk up here. And Shadow Seek is to come out and doing 20% to the Cerulean Edge. 20% to the Arcanine, which is really bad damage. Yeah, I don't think the Cerulean Edge has any sort of attack investment into it, and yeah. Cerulean Edge is not just Cerulean Edge, but ghost types in general, like physical ghost types. If you don't have like Poltergeist is gone, so like there isn't any good physical ghost stab anymore, and it's just really unfortunate. Yeah, like your best bet is Shadow Claw, which sure has an increased crit ratio, but like it's not that much, and then also it's only 70 base power, which is really weak. Just for context, like Scald, which is just used by a bunch of defensive Pokemon, it's 80 base power already, like, or 85. One of the two. I don't. How do I not know? How do I not remember Scald's base power? But 80 or 85, pretty sure it's 80. So like, yeah, I don't know. Physical ghost types have it rough. Anyways, Cerulean has a swap out. Well, actually, they could have gone for the roll there to knock out the Arcanine with the Shadow Sneak, but I guess they didn't want to risk it. Anyways, Crunch is going to come out onto the Torkoal, deal some decent damage here. At this point, Arcanine can live after rocks, but he just chooses to just go for the Flare Blitz here. Actually, no, it can still live after rocks if it swaps out again, potentially. Anyways, Cloud's is going to come in after the Arcanine got yawned as Cerulege swaps back in. Okay. You see the Bitter Blade come out, and it is going to do a lot of damage, but it's not going to save the Cerulege from the Cloud's Earthquake. Anyways, Glaceon's going to come out here. This is a free kill, so Masquerain is just going to be sacked here. And I'm assuming that Hands are going to come out after this. Or Arcanine. Arcanine, too. Yeah, that also works. Okay. Torkoal is going to come back in here, as Arcanine probably is going to just go for the Flurry Blitz. Yep, and then it's going to knock itself out while trying to take out Torkoal. Torkoal probably will be sacked this turn, if I had to get... Actually, no, if he goes Slowking now. Yeah, if Frog goes Slowking, then no, I don't think it would have been... I think going Iron Hands there would have probably secured the KO, because I don't think LG would have wanted to swap into anything there. Anyways, but like a Slowking, yeah, like something like Slitherwing can come in pretty freely since the sun is up. Yeah, anyways, Cloud's is going to come back in here. I doubt it's going to be able to live the first impression after the photosynthesis, and I think this is Choice Band Slitherwing, but I can't be too sure. Yeah, anyways, Iron Hand's going to come out, go for the fake out. Oh, it's not Boots. I'm sorry, it's not Choice Band, because it's stated, yeah, so... yeah, we do see that it isn't Choice, it does go for the Earthquake. Wild Charge isn't enough to take it out. Sad day for electric types too, right? Physical electric types, Wild Charge, come on, that's your best move. I mean, like, you literally on the other side of the spectrum, you have special electric types have Thunderbolt, which is the same base power without any drawbacks, and in fact has a nice side benefit of a 10% chance to paralyze. And then you got Wild Charge, which just does recoil damage to you, which that's pretty unfortunate. Anyways, Iron Hands not going to want to stay in, so Elegy does read that nicely by going back into Torkoal, set up Sun again. Yeah, as a Slowking comes back in, Future Sight comes out as a Yawn comes out again. I think I just spam Yawn with Torkoal at this point just to get a sleep off. Yeah, so I think LG was probably going for that. Slowking is asleep now, which is pretty bad for Frog. Slowly's gonna come back in, probably it just goes for U-turn. I was saying like first impression is fine there, but especially since it's not choiced, but like okay, the U-turn also works. I mean, yeah, they both work. Because, like, you'll know if the Iron Hands come... Oh, no. No. LG was smarter. No, I forgot about Future Sight. No, that was the right play. Yeah, okay. Anyways, Iron Hand's going to come out here, but for a draft, obviously going to take it out with the Psychic, yeah. Okay. Yeah. That was a pretty solid game. Yeah. Any Furry Woman. That's an interesting nickname. Yeah, LG played that pretty well. I think Frog, like, if that was like a defensive Arcanine, I feel like that would have functioned a lot better in this team against this match, like against this team for sure. Like having it Boots and having Morning Sun would have been like I don't know how well like the Slitherwing would have been able to deal with that. Like yeah, sure it has Earthquake, but like if it's like decently physically defensive, I feel like Arcanine could do pretty well against it, especially with the Sun boosted Morning Sun, and then Glaceon wouldn't have been a problem at all, really. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, once that Arcanine died, it kind of was all over at that point. So yeah. Anyways, moving on to the next game, we got the Driftveil Delibirds against the Texas Turtwigs. Yeah. We're just gonna get started here. We're gonna have the Toxtricity out against the Quaquaval turn 1. Definitely not super advantageous for the Quaquaval, but it could, if it is like Choice Band Wave Crash, it probably is gonna be able to nick up the Toxtricity. We do see the Wave Crash, and it doesn't actually knock out the Toxtricity, unfortunately. And the Toxtricity does not go for the attack move and decides to go for T-Spikes, which, to be fair, are really solid against the Texas Turtwigs, which... Because from as far as I can tell, this Cloyster probably doesn't have Rapid Spin, so he has no removal, and 4 out of his 6 spawns are affected by it. Yeah, so I think that's still a decent trade for most of Toxtricity's health. Anyways, Altaria is going to come in here as the second Wave Crash comes out. Not going to be doing too much. Yeah, we see Altaria even have the leftovers, predicting that Texas Turtwigs probably doesn't have rocks on his team. Anyways, Berserker is going to come in as the Fire Spin comes out. Probably Perish Song Altaria. Yeah, it's Perish Song Fire Spin. That's pretty cool, but unfortunately, Berserker is just a bit too strong here. We're going to see the swap into Kingambit here as it does a decent 30%. We're going to see Berserker come out again, get a critical hit this time. But yeah, Sword Stance is going to come out from the King Gambit here. And yeah, Sucker Punch is going to take out the Berserker. Okay. The Palmot is going to come in here. It gets poisoned, so no boots. We're going to see the Mach Punch from it, so most likely definitely Iron Fist. And yeah, didn't expect a Mach Punch, frankly. I honestly was trying to like, hopefully see if like the King Gambit would die to if the Palmot dies to like a +2 Sucker Punch. I guess we'll never know. Anyways, Locust is going to come out here, and first impression is going to just decimate the Palmot thanks to Tinted Lens. Yeah. Anyways, Electros is going to come out here as the Gargantuar comes in. Flamethrower comes out. Doesn't do much. We don't see an item on the Gargantuar. My guess is probably Boots or Rocky Helmet, one of those two. Anyways, the Electros is going to go for the Volt Switch here after Giga Draining a couple times on the Gargantuar. And we're going to see the Quavel come in as the Gargantuar probably goes for another Recover. I think at this point, Quavel probably can't break through the Gargantuar. Yeah, it's only doing 33% with the Wave Crash and it is Rocky Helmet Gargantuar. So, yeah, Gargantuar is able to set up another Iron Defense and get back up to a decent amount of HP. If this Brute Bonnet is physical, which it usually are, I have no idea what Brute Bonnet special attack is, so I wouldn't know. But anyways, Bullet Seed's gonna come out. Looks like it's the loaded dice set, and yeah, it's not gonna be doing much after all those Iron Defenses, and the Body Press is going to knock out the Brute Bonnet. Cloister does come out, and it is able to knock out the Gargantuar with a Hydro Pump though, so yeah, did solve that issue a little bit. But at this point, actually, I don't know. It might be a little bit contentious. We'll see. Low Kick is going to come out, go for the Axe Kick. It is going to knock out the Cloister. Frankly, I was kind of expecting Cloister to live there. But yeah, Electros is going to come in. Axe Kick is going to do a more than half, and it's going to go get the Confusion on Electros, and the Electros gets fully confused. So yeah, that is definitely a GG at that point. Yeah. I think Terra kind of messed up a little bit here. Like so. Right when this happens, right? So Electros comes in, Gargantuar comes in. The Giga Drain is doing about more than a third, right? It's doing 40-ish%, 40 to 43. You have more Giga Drains than recovers, so eventually you will drain Gargantuar of all of its recovers, and eventually it would have to die. If that happened, then you would still have your Quavel and your Brute Bonnet. And Electros probably lives a +2 Body Press, and this is going without the chance to crit. I mean, okay, so the Giga Drain plus the Recover is gonna give you like, it's about a +7 to 10% for Gargantuar every turn, right? So I mean, eventually get back up to like 60% after, I guess a couple like 4 to 5 recovers, maybe. I don't. That's not how math works. It basically need all of its recovers to get back up to a decent amount of health so that I can tank another Giga Drain. And then at that point, +2 Body Press probably doesn't kill Electros, so then Electros can finish it off with 2 more Giga Drains after that. So yeah, I don't know. I think the Gargantuar could have died here, and it would have been a 4-4 at that point, or at like not 4-4 if like Zadash decides to swap out here. But like I'm just saying, like Electros staying in on the Giga Drain probably staying in and keeping the Giga Drain pressure up, like that probably would have been better here than just swapping, especially since this Electros probably has a Volt Switch, so they at least should have done that instead of just hard swapping like it does. Oh no, I did Volt Switch. I'm blind. Okay, at least he did that. But yeah, I think the Giga Drain. I think Electros should have kept Giga Draining the Gargantuar. Other than that, I don't know. I think that was pretty much decently well played from both players. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting the Mach Punch personally from the Palmot, so yeah, I can see why the King of Bambit died there. And turn 1, yeah, Zadash did lose that read. I guess he was assuming that the Quavel would want to swap, and then Terra was assuming that he could kill the Toxtricity. I'm guessing that's the interaction that happened there. But yeah, I mean, the T-Spikes getting up there still helped a lot for Driftveil Delibirds, I'm assuming. Like, I don't think Low Kicks actually kills Palmot just from full, for example. And then the poison helped to wear down the Quavel later on as well. So, yeah, I think it was still pretty helpful. But anyways, we're just going to move on to the next battle. We got ourselves the Dayton Dewgongs against the Wuppertal Woopers. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I guess we can get started here. Yeah, so Leafeon is going to be leading off against the Pincurchin. Leafeon does have a decent matchup here, but Pincurchin can set up spikes and T-spikes, which Grinning can't really remove, frankly. So, yeah, I guess Grinning can just start attacking. Yeah, Leaf Blade is going to do more than half the Pincurchin, as it does set up those spikes, which are going to be staying up for the rest of the game, pretty much. Yeah, Iron Moth's going to come in on the next Leaf Blade, assumedly. Yep, and it is going to do a little bit, close to a third after the critical hit, which is pretty decent damage, honestly. Though keep in mind, Iron Moth does have very frail on the physical side. Anyway, Salamence is going to come out here, and it is going to take a massive damage, but it is going to die afterwards to the poison, which it was lucky, but at the same time, Iron Moth was faster thanks to, well, first off, higher speed stat, and also just the Quark Drive boost. And we know that this Salamence was leftovers, so yeah, Salamence is going to die here anyways. Anyways, Lucario is going to come in here. I'm correctly deducing that Iron Moth is most likely Specs, so yeah, so Lucario is going to go for the Swords Dance. We do see the leftovers on the Lucario for some reason. It's weird, but Close Combat is going to knock out the Earthworm, so I guess it doesn't really need its like standard Life Orb set or whatever. Pincurchin's going to come back in here as Lucario goes for another Swords Dance. Getting a little bit greedy, but it works out because Pincurchin just decides to go for the Memento, so effectively nothing happened. In fact, Lucario probably gained what it usually would have, because like it probably would have gone for Close Combat otherwise, and then it would have less defenses. So yeah. Anyways, Rotom Watch is going to come out here. Close Combat is going to come out again, and it is going to knock out the Rotom in one fell swoop. Jesus, Lucario is going on a mini sweep. Iron Moth is going to come out here, but if this Lucario has extreme speed, it might just die, and we don't see it. Unfortunate. Yeah, so it turns out this Lucario didn't have extreme speed, or at least it wasn't clicked. So that's quite unfortunate. Anyways, Gardevoirs is going to come in here. Kamala is going to come out as the Psyshock comes out. Doesn't do too much. We're going to see this Gardevoir stay in again and go for the Body Press, though, as the Kamala goes for the U-turn. Goes back into Iron Moth. Well, unfortunately, Electric Terrain ends here, so I don't think the Iron Moth's faster than this presumably Scarf Gardevoir. Zach realizes this, tries to go to Gurja. And we do see that the Gardevoir is Trace. So, fun fact, Trace, I don't know how it works on Cart, but at least on Showdown, at least at this point in time, Trace can't copy Quark Drive, it can't copy Comatose. So we actually didn't know if this Gardevoir was synchronized or not until, or I guess telepathy too. But it wasn't, we didn't know any of that until the Gurja came in. So yeah, anyways, Psyshock is going to come out, it's going to do more than half of the Gurja, and at that point, the game's over, actually. It's faster than everything, knocks everything out with Psyshock, and yeah, that's game. Yeah, Iron Moth's not going to be faster, it's going to die. Kamala's we already know it's slower, and even with the Sucker Punch, potentially, it's not going to help it kill the Gardevoir, most likely. So yeah, that is the game. Yeah. Granny Chart just got that really big boost with Lucario in the mid game there, and that really helped to secure its dub, the Dayton Dewgongs dub. Yeah, the Scarf Gardevoir was able to clean the game out really quickly once the Earthworm was gone too. Yeah, yeah. I think if that Lucario had extreme speed like that, that game could have just been a Lucario 6-0 sweep, which yeah, pretty unfortunate. But you know, that's how that goes. You know. Yeah. Okay, next up we got the Flipperroll Donphans against the Denver Digletts. Yeah, we got the Rain team with the double Donphan against the more balanced team, obviously. Because Denver Digletts basically just always draft that every single season. Anyways. Iron Tread is going to come out lead against the Glimmora, which is very scary for Glimmora. It's going to swap onto Slowbro as you see the Earth Power there. Not sure why it's Earth Power Iron Treads. Presumably because it can ignore Glimmora's toxic debris and probably still knock it out. That might be the reason why. Yeah. Slowbros is going to come in, though, tank the hits, though. Yeah, the Iron Treads can't really do much to Slowbros, so it's going to go for the Volt Switch. Goes to the Pelipper as the Slowbro goes for the Psychic, does okay damage. Yeah, Dragonite is going to come in as the Pelipper does go for the U-turn, which is able to at least break the multi-scale on Dragonite as Floatzel comes in. Slowbro is going to come back in here as the Floatzel goes for the Crunch. I almost said Crutch. I did say Crunch. Anyways. Slowbro can kind of tank these for now, but, you know, probably the best play is to swap out in something like Florges at some point. We are going to see the Slowbro just stay in for a couple of turns here, though. It's going to go for Slack Off just to try to stall it out, but, you know, that's not really a good idea nowadays since, you know, Slack Off and all the recovery moves have their PP down to 8. Except for stuff like Wish, and I don't know if Rest got affected by it either. I don't remember, but I know Wish is still 16 PP. But anyways, yeah, defense drops, not going to help Slowbro out here, so he's going to have to swap. Dragonite's going to come in here, and Floatzel does go for Crunch, but it only does about 40%, which is kind of surprising because I'm pretty sure that Floatzel is banded, so yeah, that's pretty pathetic damage, actually. If it is banded, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it is, though. Anyways, Dragonite is going to go for the Dragonites here. It is going to go for the Earthquake and knock out the Iron Treads in one shot. Kind of surprised there, actually, but yeah, Dragonite's pretty strong. We're going to see the Aqua Tail come out here as well, doing 56%, but Donphan is going to tank that pretty nicely and knock out the Dragonite with the Ice Spinner. We're going to see Glimmora come out here, oddly enough, and we find out why, because it goes for the Energy Ball the next turn. Dragalge is going to come in here. We're going to see the Earth Power come out from the Glimmora, and it's going to get the Special Defense drop as a Hydro Pump comes out from Dragalge, and it's not going to quite knock out the Glimmora. So yeah, the offensive Glimmora has kind of put in work. And then we see the Power Gem follow-up on... Oh my god. Wow. Those were some good reads. That was a good read right there. Just the Power Gem into the Pelipper to knock it out. I'm wondering if Power Gem did just kill the Dragalge after the Special Defense drop. I don't know. But yeah, that was a very nicely played turn by the Denver Digletts there. Knocking out the Rain Setter immediately was just really nice. Anyways, Kilowattrel's going to come in here as the Magnezone comes out, and Jesus, Hurricane does nothing. That's probably Assault Vest Magnezone, if I had to guess. Anyways, Weather Ball's going to come out, not do much, and then Magnezone's going to go for the Tri-Attack, and it is going to do 3/4 of Kilowattrel's health. We're going to see another Weather Ball drop, but no dice, no crit or anything, so Magnezone is going to knock out the Kilowattrel. Floatzel's going to come back in, but unfortunately at this point I think it's a little bit late. Wave Crash is doing solid damage to Slowbro, but it's not going to quite two-shot it, so Slowbro will be able to slack off and stall out the last couple of turns of rain here. Yeah, Dragalge is going to come in here as the Slowbro goes for the Psychic on the turn. Jeez. I mean, to be fair, the Slowbro would have lived 2 Wave Crashes at that point, but still, that was just brutal. Dragalge didn't even get a chance to do anything here. Yeah, so the game is definitely over after that. Floatzel's still going to go for the Wave Crash because it's the best move overall to click. But Slowbro is just going to stall it out. And yeah, even with crits here, it's only going to be doing the same amount of damage it did in rain. So there's really no chance of the Floatzel winning here. Psychic is going to knock it out. Yeah. Jeez. I don't know. Denver Digletts kind of just got a couple good reads there. And yeah, that was it. Getting the Special Defense drop was really lucky from onto the Dragalge, though. That's kind of what caused the Pelipper to die in the first place. But, you know, still, that was a good read. And also being able to snuff the Dragalge as it comes out against that Slowbro was pretty good as well. Although I think at that point the game was kind of over. Yeah, because Glimmora would have been able to come in even if Dragalge came out and did stuff. Yeah, I don't think once the Pelipper died, I don't think Flipperroll Donphans really had a chance at winning that game, especially with the reads that Denver Digletts got. So yeah, okay, gonna move on. Got the Virbank Venomous against the Galesong Gardevoirs. There we go. Yeah, I think that this is gonna be a fun matchup. Probably, we'll see. Rotom Heat is going to be leading off here against Salazzle. Not the best matchup for Rotom here. Unless it's Trick, which then in case it would be a very good matchup. And we see the Nasty Plot from the Salazzle. It's not, yeah, getting tricked to Scarf into Nasty Plot's not super great there. Lycanroc is going to be able to come out as the Rotom Heat does go for the Thunder Wave, so paralyzing that. Yeah, we're going to see the paralyzed turn 1 as Thunderbolt does over half to Lycanroc. Accelerock is going to take Rotom down to 9%, but at this point it's a little too late as the Rotom Heat is going to Volt Switch out. Frostlass is going to come back in as the Salazzle comes back out again, and the Master comes in as the Salazzle goes for the Substitute and suddenly has a different item. wonder what happened there. Anyways. We're going to see the Protect here on the Salazzle just to get more leftovers HP as the Mapstick goes for the Psychic Fangs. And Salazzle's probably not going to go for Toxic. Gets a Burn for some reason as the Mapstick goes for Taunt. That was a weird-ass turn. Okay. Anyways, we're going to see a Flamethrower again. He's going to be able to two-shot Mapstick at this range. And I think Moon is probably just going to go for it. No, we aren't going to see it go for it. He's just going to go for Murkrow, who goes for Foul Play and knocks it out anyways. Okay. I'm guessing Moon just didn't want to kill the Mastiff with the Salazzle because that might have given an opportunity for setup for Espathra maybe? I don't know. But anyways, Frostlass is going to come out against the Murkrow, who is just going to stay in and go for another Foul Play. Honestly, decently fair play. Although, like, if the Frostlass is, like, offensive, like, with Ice Beam, you know, that was gonna do a lot of damage. Anyways, Great Test is gonna come out here. We're gonna see the Murkrow swap out to another... Okay, yeah, so guess what? Something's the Zoroark. Anyways, we're gonna see the Grass Knot come out, and it is going to knock out the Great Tusk in one hit. Yeah. Sprout's gonna come in here, and we're gonna see the swap into Salazzle. Okay, this time it's not a Zoroark, so I don't know why this came out. Yeah, we're gonna see the Espathra go for the sub here as Salazzle goes for a sub of its own, but yeah, this is not great. Yeah, Store Power is gonna break sub. Salazzle's not gonna be able to. Oh, it actually does break Espathra's sub with Flamethrower. I'm surprised a second Calm Mind didn't come out from the Espathra actually. But anyways, because I was just taking the opportunity to set up a bunch. Especially since Salazzle was going to be slower than you, and you were able to set up Calm Mind so that Flamethrowers weren't going to break your sub after a couple Calm Minds. Anyways, Murkrow is going to come in here and haze away all of Espathra's boost. Goes for sub again. Yeah, Salazzle is going to come in on the Dazzling Gleam, which it shouldn't be here at all, frankly, but, you know, whatever. And that's exactly why, because Superpower Store Power, even with the only with the Speed Boost, is able to take out Salazzle from 80%, which is kind of surprising, honestly. That Espathra definitely doesn't have, like, bulk investment. It's just probably, like, max special attack, max speed, which is not something I would be considering, frankly. I mean, to be fair, I guess you want a speed tie with a Zoroark, worst case scenario, so that's fair. But yeah, I still would have invested bulk. You know, anyways. We're gonna see the Mudsdale come in here. Store Power comes out, gets a critical hit, which is very unfortunate. And Mudsdale is gonna break the sub here, but yeah, that was a really bad crit. Yeah, Store Power is going to knock out the Mudsdale, but I think without that crit, I don't think 2 Store Powers would have been able to knock out Mudsdale. Mudsdale definitely could have gone for a big Earthquake there and potentially knock out Espathra. Yeah, so that's really rough. Anyways, Murkrow's going to come back in here, go for the Thunder Wave onto the Espathra, who has a Lumberry. There's a lot of Lumberries here on this team. I'm kind of interested to see why. Well, I'm never going to see why, but yeah, anyways. Espathra's going to go for the Dazzling Gleam here, and is going to do so much to the Murkrow. I'm assuming that Murkrow has the Eviolite, so even with the Eviolite, I'm kind of surprised it did so much. Anyways, Espathra is just going to try to set up, but I think the Murkrow is just going to keep spamming haze at this point, so... Yeah, I would have just broken the sub. Well, no, you can't break the sub because you're probably slower. So yeah. Anyways, at this point, Yeah, it's not looking good for Moon here. Dazzling Gleam is going to knock out the not Noivern. Yeah, anyways. Noivern's going to come out here. Actual Noivern this time. Takes the Dazzling Gleam, and it does knock out the Espathra thanks to Infiltrator Flamethrower. Flamethrower is going to come out and hit the Frostlass. Unfortunately, it is not going to do enough, and the Icy Wind from Frostlass is going to knock out the Noivern. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, that was just unlucky. That was just really unlucky for Moon. I think a couple things there would have just helped him a lot. Like, yeah, no, there's just a couple of really bad turns there. I mean, the crit on the Mudsdale was really bad because the 2 Sword Powers wouldn't have killed Mudsdale. I'm pretty sure, at least. And so at least could have done some damage off on this Espathra then. But to be fair, he did go into Salazzle against an Espathra, which doesn't make too much sense there. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Moon could have also knocked out the Red Heat pretty quickly if it didn't get paralyzed immediately. And then Lycanroc would still you would still have priority from Lycanroc to knock out Espathra later. Potentially, at least. So yeah, I don't know. That was just bad luck. But yeah. Okay, we're gonna move on. We got the Bielefield Bidoofs against Remscheider Rattatas. So yeah, let's see what goes on here. We're gonna see the Fori lead against Garchomp. Not a super great lead for Fortress, assuming the Garchomp has some sort of fire move. We are gonna see a swap out immediately into Hatterene, as Bielefield Bidoofs also switches into their Magic Bouncer. Yeah, so we're gonna see the Calm Mind for the Hatterene here, as we see a Thunder Wave. Yeah, we forgot about Magic Bounce, huh? Unfortunate. Especially your own Pokemon is a Magic Bounce user. Anyways, we're gonna see a Future Sight from this. Ooh, Future Sight Espeon honestly sounds like a pretty cool tech, though. I'm not gonna lie. And his Mystical Fire is gonna do a decent amount to Espeon, as we're gonna see the Trick, as it gives it the lagging tail. Hatterene was gonna be pretty much slower than everything anyways, so I guess it doesn't matter too much though. Losing Leftovers does suck, but like in terms of getting items that you don't want, like this is probably not a bad choice. Anyways, Mystical Fire is gonna knock out the Espeon on the second turn. Braylon's gonna come out, goes for the I'm assuming Banded Gunk Shot, and is gonna knock out Hatterene immediately. I didn't know Raylan got Gunk Shot. That was kind of cool. Anyways, Annihilape's gonna come in, and then Staraptor swaps in as the swap-in. We're gonna see Bulk Up, and the Brave Bird comes out, does 93%. Annihilape does have an Agua Berry, and does not go for close Drain Punch or anything. He just goes for Fire Punch, which doesn't quite do the job against Staraptor there. Virbank is going to swap in here, as the Annihilape is going to hard swap out, especially since, it's about to die to, Staraptor. We're going to see the Population Bomb come out here. It's going to do 7 times. Yeah. Okay, anyways, Parting Shot's going to come out against it, as the Mouse Hole is going to now Population Bomb again, this time against the Breloom. It's doing 4 times this time, and we're going to see the U-turn out. So this is unless either this is the unluckiest mouse hold in the world, or this thing doesn't have White Lens. So I don't know. Does it? Maybe. Who knows? We don't see an item, so it should be Wide Lens. But like, what if it isn't? I guess. What if it's like Silk Scarf or something? I don't know. Anyways, I'm not calcing. If I was calcing, I would try to figure out what type of item it had. But yeah. Anyways. Bullet Seed doing a decent amount of Garchomp. Unfortunately, doesn't get 3 or more hits. So Breloom is just going to go for another Bullet Seed against, this time, the Klefki. It's going to do about half. Yeah, Klefki is probably just going to go for the Reflect here, yep. And we're going to see Volcarona. Okay, we're going to see Volcarona go for the Quiver Dance against the Klefki, who's probably going to set up Light Screen this turn and die, I'm assuming? Yep, okay. Yeah, Garchomp's going to come back in here. Volcarona swaps out there on the presumed Stone Edge, I'm assuming, yep. And it's going to take out the Staraptor. Okay. Raylan's going to come back in here as the Mousehole swaps in. Goes for the Sport and puts the Mousehole to sleep. Yeah, that's definitely banded by the way it's swapped, though. because the reflect just wore off, so I think the Breloom should have definitely just gone for Bullet Seed there immediately. But yeah, Volcarona is going to come back in as the mouse holds Sleppin. So we're going to see the Fury Dance come out. We're going to see Mouse stay asleep for longer, and this time... okay, Mouse wakes up this turn, goes for Population Bomb, this time misses. There is no way on earth that this Population Bomb, that this Mouse had a Wise Lens. I refuse to believe it. Also... okay, there we go. Got the music back up and running. Yeah, there's no way this mouse had white lines. I refuse to believe that someone can be this unlucky. But Jesus Christ. Anyways, Remscheider's gonna come back in. Gyarados is gonna come in and probably just start setting with Dragon Dances. Yeah, as the Grimmsnarl goes for Reflect and either Light Screen or okay, he's just gonna go for damage here. Player's not doing too much though. Yeah, Gyarados is set up pretty quickly. Might not be a good situation. We are going to see the Gyarados go for the Waterfall after the Grimmsnarl parting shots. But yeah, Ice Fang not going to quite knock out the Breloom, and Breloom can just go for Bullet Seed and knock out the Gyarados. Okay. Yeah, Garchomp's going to come in here, go for the Earthquake to knock out the Breloom. Yeah, Grimmsnarl is going to come in, go for the Player Up to knock out the Garchomp. Ruffskin is going to take it out in return, though, and we're going to see a nice little 2v1 here with the Annihilate and the Fortress. So, yeah. Okay, we're going to see Volcarona come in here. We're going to see the Acrobatics come out, and it's not going to... yeah, Acrobatics on Annihilate. Okay. Acrobatics is going to two-shot the Volcarona, though, and no Flame Body activation means that this Annihilate might be able to take out the Fortress with, yeah, 2 Fire Punches, potentially. Earthquake's not only it's gonna do about half of Annihilate's health, and yeah, Fire Punch gets the roll. What the hell? Okay, so I was about to give shit for using this Annihilate set, which, I mean, come on, bulk up Fire Punch Acrobatics. But at the same time, it's basically what actually saved him from winning this, saved him and won this game. I don't understand. This is too dubious. Okay, wait, hold on. I want to calc this. Hold on a second. I need to know. Wait, hold on. I need to know if this mouse hold was like a different item. Like I need to know. Let's calc gets a Breloom with the Reflect up, I guess. Population Bomb does 80 to 95. Okay, so let's see. Oh wait, we can tell what the U-turn damage at least. Was it like we can use the U-turn damage to determine the spread of the Breloom? Yeah, so this Breloom had HP. This Breloom had like I was just gonna say max HP. Yeah, max HP looks about right. And then where were we? Oh wait, this is -1. This is -1. This is -1. Okay. So it's not. It doesn't have any HP. How did it do 10 then? Yeah, that U-turned to 10. Oh, it's probably Adamant Mousehold. That's probably why. Yeah. So 10.7. That's a max roll. The Population Bomb got 4 hits, each of them 60%, 57 to 68. Yeah, that looks about right. Damn, it was just Adamant? He just got that unlucky? Really? Come on. Put a Silk Soft on there. I don't believe you. No, he would have been getting 7 or 8%. No way. He just got that unlucky with what? Oh. Man, my heart goes out to you, man. That's crazy. Also, why play the music? Okay. Yeah. Jeez, I'm so sorry. If you had Wildlands, I'm so sorry. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that's just damn. Like you definitely would have been able to two-shot like Grimmsnarl and the Breloom. Like, God, that's so unfortunate. Okay, well, anyways. Oh yeah, I gotta swap the. Yeah, okay. I just, goddamn, that was so unfortunate. Anyways, move on to the last match here. We got Ghetto Flash versus Okay, versus me. Yeah, that's right. I'm playing. I'm still kind of getting over that myself, frankly. But yeah, we're gonna see a pretty interesting matchup here. Sorry, I got a DM. Don't worry about it though. Okay, so let's switch sides because let's talk about from my perspective because that's what I'm gonna do. I want to give you guys a little bit of something that isn't just me commentating. I want to give like more analysis on at least in my matches. I want to give you guys, that leg up against me or something. I don't fucking know. Whatever. Not that I'm that good, anyways. But I digress. Going into this matchup, I was very, very scared about the Azumarill, which is why the Quillfish is here. But yeah, Azumarill is really, really good against me. I know I have like Dragon Ball and stuff, but like, it's a rough. Belly Drum Azumarill is like really just rough for me to deal with. Belly Drum like +6 double edge kills Quillfish. So yeah, I was kind of expecting that. And then you just run like Aqua Jet and then play rough or something, and that's enough for him to completely destroy me. So yeah, look, I wasn't very, very fond of this one. My only good ghost resist also was Tingleer, and this Houndstone, at least I know from week 1, Ghetto Flash did like to use Body Press, I think, on it. Or at least I knew I had that option, so I wasn't super fond of switching Tingleer into Houndstone. Thankfully, I did ban Last Respects, which, for good reason. But yeah. Corviknight was also potentially an issue. If I didn't bring Rotom, I didn't really have good super effective coverage against it, and yeah. Thankfully, with the Rotom, it's a lot more easier to deal with. It's a lot easier to deal with, not a lot more easier. I don't know. But yeah, all Rotom forms don't have Pain Split in this generation currently, so Rotom really struggling to keep up in terms of longevity yeah. So yeah, let's get started here. Music. Okay, sorry. I got the lead right here. I was gonna lead Rotom Fan anyways. Just looking at this team, there's no Volt Switch immunities, so this was a pretty free swap. And I am faster than most of these mons for sure, especially like T-Tar, Wachian, Azumarill, definitely fast, and Corviknight, definitely faster than all of those. Revenant Room, I'm not faster than, and Houndstone, probably not faster than, considering my Rotom Fan's defensive. But if Revenant Room or or Houndstone does come in, I do have my appropriate checks for those. So yeah, I think I can either go for a Wisp here or a Volt Switch turn 1. I hopefully go for a Wisp. Yeah, there we go. And then I didn't want to risk potentially like getting Gunk Shot Poison Jab Poison. It has Gunk Shot, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I didn't want to get poisoned here, so I just swap out into the Quillfish here. We do see that the River Room does have a Shift Gear. I do have Haze on the Quillfish just to help against the Belly Drum Azumarill. I do go for it here, but he does swap out into Corviknight, realizing that Quillfish is going to beat the River Room over 1. I do go for my Spikes here. This Corviknight doesn't go for Defog immediately, so that kind of raises some red flags. Not for me, for him. But yeah. Anyways, U-Turn's going to come out as Houndstone comes in. I go for the Taunt here. Yeah, I just wanted to taunt the Corviknight in case it was trying to defog. I mean, it was going to defog before I got my taunt off because I set up the Tailwind, but I would be able to set up Spikes again on the next turn and he wouldn't be able to do anything about it. Yeah. Although, at this point, since he reveals Tailwind and U-Turn, he probably has to have like Brave Bird or Body Press, and his last move is probably Roost. So he probably doesn't have defog on the set at all, and it turns out he doesn't. But yeah. Poundstone's going to come in here. It reveals to be leftovers. I'm just going to go into Tinglu here. Hopefully it doesn't do anything super wacky. It does actually go for something pretty wacky. It goes for the Ice Vein. Thankfully, it's not doing much to my Tingler at all. Shout outs to being bulky as all hell. I don't actually have Dark Stab on this Tingler. I just have Ruination, and so I just go for that here. Thankfully, it is decent damage against the Wachian. Yeah, so I just swap out here into back in my Rotom Fan, hoping for no Dark move, and I guess that correctly as he goes for a Seed-Bomb. I was kind of worried about knockoff Wachian in this game as well. Oh yeah, anyways, I think I just go for Air Slash here, or I go for Wisp, one of the two. Go for the Wisp. Yeah, that was a better play. It was a mid-ground play in this scenario because I didn't want to just thud against T-Tar. I wanted to do something that could actually hurt it. I guess his best swap would probably have just been Rev Room itself, but Rev Room is already pretty useless against me at this point, especially with my with my Haze Quillfish. Haze Taunt Quillfish, to be specific. Like, it's not going to do anything against me. So, yeah. Anyways, I see the burn. I think I hopefully swap here. Unless I see leftovers. Yeah, I should hard swap here into Tingly or something. Yeah, that's what I do. Good, because I don't want to risk the chance that this Tyranitar's offensive, and it can still hurt a lot with them, like a Bandit Stone Edge or whatever. Which he does go for Stone Edge, not doing much thanks to the burn and my resistance. So yeah, Tingly. I think I just go for Ruination. Oh, I go for Rocks. Yeah, that's also a fine play. That works. No, that works better. I forgot I had Rocks on this thing, to be honest. Yeah, if I didn't have Rocks, I would have gone for Ruination, though. I can go for Ruination for this turn. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Just kind of wanted to force a Roost as I swapped into Rotom. Just to see if he had Roost, actually. Which he should have. Anyways, Tailwind does come up. And Corviknight is going to hard swap into Reverum as I go for the Volt Switch myself, I'm assuming. Yep. Tailwind doesn't affect me too much against this Reverum specifically too, because I have stuff. It's just burn. Like, I'm not worried about it at all. I have Quillfish too in the back in case it gets a little bit too wiry. So yeah, I got just going to Bronzong here. And I'm that Iron Defense body press set. So yeah, I just go for that immediately. Yeah, I go for the Iron Defense, and I'm at this point, since the T-Tar's burn, I'm fine with staying in here. Fire Blast comes out, it's not doing much damage to me, so I take it out with the body press. I'm pretty sure I was heat proof Bronzong too, so I don't think it mattered. Yeah, I wasn't worried about Fire Blast at all. Which is gonna come in here. I'm fast. I'm not faster, but at this point I was willing to take like a knockoff or whatever he's trying to go for. He tries to go for Leech Seed. Protect here just to scout it out a little bit. And then, since he's just going to go for Leech, I'm just going to go ahead and knock it out. Yeah. Anyways, he goes into Corviknight here. In retrospect, I probably should have stayed in here and go for Body Press. But I did. Yeah, I did. He goes for U-turn and goes into Houndstone, which is a pretty solid play there. Although he could have just gone into Houndstone in the first place and I would have swapped. But yeah, he gets Leech Seed health on the Houndstone, I guess. But then his Corviknight doesn't get much health, I don't know. Anyways, he tries to go for a Shadow Sneak, which, yeah. So I really only swapped out there because I didn't want to lose too much health against the Leech. I was more concerned about the Leech Seed than anything else from the Houndstone, because obviously Shadow Sneak's not going to do shit against me. And, yeah, at +2 specifically. So yeah, I could have stayed in there if I wanted to, but I was going to take a lot of damage from Leech Seed, and I didn't want that. Especially since I would have to use Heavy Slam against the Houndstone too. So yeah, I just go to Tingly. I think I just go for the Ruination turn 1. Yeah, I go for Ruination here. I just decided to go for an Earthquake on this next turn, I believe. Yeah, Body Press is doing decent. It's a 5-hit KO, 6-hit KO, whatever. So not doing too much. Earthquake doesn't quite knock out the Houndstone, so I protect on this turn just to get a little bit of health back before I knock it out. Yeah. Anyways, Azumarill comes out. Go back into Quillfish, because I'm very scared. I need to go to this immediately. Azumarill, though, just goes for an Ice Spinner, so yeah. Turns out it's a leftover set, so I was basically worried for nothing. Yeah, Belly Drum was the most concerning. Choice Band also was concerning. It turns out it was neither. Yeah, so Quillfish definitely was that. Corviknight comes back in here. I just go for the jab, trying to knock out Azumarill. And this is the reason why I have Taunt. Because if I knew if he was going to bring Brave Bird, like, there's no way Corviknight would lose against Quillfish 1v1. So, yeah. I set up more spikes. Reverum comes in. Takes damage. I'm just gonna stay in and go for another taunt at this point. He goes for self-destruct. Doesn't even do much to me at all. I'm gonna heal it off with Block Slash after a couple turns. Yeah, Zoomer comes back in. At this point, it's in range of Poison Jab, so I knock it out. And Corviknight's last mod left. I'm just gonna go for the taunt here, because why not? Make sure he can't roost, right? And so yeah, he's just go for Brave Bird. It does do a decent amount of damage, but it knocks itself out with the recoil, and that is game for me. So yeah. Turns out, yeah. Thankfully, Azumarill wasn't too much of a concern. He also had an Armor Rouge in the back that he could have brought. I was really worried about that one as well. Thankfully, he didn't bring that. But yeah, that went pretty well for me. Some might say. Some might say too well. Was this in fact a colluded match? No, okay. I don't know why I made that joke. Now everyone's gonna think I'm colluding with people. Oh shit. Okay, anyways. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, I'm gonna probably record week 3 right after this. So yeah, I will see you guys in about like 2 minutes. So yeah, see ya.